January 2010, I was talking to God, and He was telling me a lot about the dreams He has for people and, the love that He used when He created with us. And it really changed me. It really made me realize that even the people that you look at and you're like, well, what are they doing with their life? They're just wasting it away. They have a destiny that God has made. They just may not be listening to it. So every time I read this paper that I've written, it changes the way of my thinking, and it makes me more concentrated on, God and the things that He has for people. So I'm going to read it for you, and I hope it changes something in your heart. So, how exactly did God make me? What are people noticing me? What are my passions, dreams? What is my destiny? I know only God has the answers to these questions, and I love my God. But I wish He would have given me an extremely detailed map instead of this guessing game that we call life. But God decided differently, and I'll trust my Lord because I love Him. Can you imagine that day, the day He made you? God sat down before He created you, and He saw you dancing through His thoughts. Jesus saw the way you moved and what made you happy. He could imagine your smile and your joyfulness, and He knew the things that made you passionate and the dreams you would dream. He started forming your heart the way He saw it, perfect. Filling it with passions, dreams, and love, He gently squeezed it, slowly giving you your pulse. And right before He was done with your heart, He carefully planned your destiny. He knew what He wanted you to do, every detail of your life. He then carefully intertwined your beautiful destiny into your pure heart. Your soul was next. He made different parts of your soul attracted to different talents. He put a desire in your soul to bless people with your gifts, hoping that one day you would choose to praise Him, because He knew that nothing would make Him happier. Your desire for justice was molded, and your personality was painted with only colors that God could make. He then wanted to create you with physical characteristics that would help you and complement you in your life's journey. Carefully designing your skin and eyes, He loved every minute of this time He spent to create you. As He counted each hair and formed each bone, He knew He was making you just how He wanted you. He smiled, a deep, admiring smile, when He finished creating the pitches of your voice. The exact melody of your laugh was now His joy. The whole time, He was madly in love with you, but He knew that you might not always show love to Him. That on earth you might be embarrassed by your Creator, the same way kids are sometimes embarrassed by their parents. Even on that day, the day He finished His work of art, He knew that you may not even thank Him. But He continued in His ecstasy and matched you with parents that He had created earlier with the exact same amount of love. And God delighted in you, His creation, as you both danced to the rhythm of His thoughts. But then, His heart wept with sadness at the times He saw you going through your life without Him. You would be oblivious to Him at times, even though He would stand right next to you without fail. And He wondered why you couldn't see what He saw, that you were so much more than good enough, that you are so loved and honored, that God Himself died the worst death of history, one that was physically and emotionally tearing. He couldn't understand why you were cursing yourself. Because the reason that he died was to make you perfect, to make you pure. He shouted your worth throughout creation. From the depths of his soul, he shouted his love. He created flowers and animals just for you. He even decided that he would live with you if you would just ask him to. Because he wanted to make sure that when you walk this planet, you would feel loved. Because that is what we are, love. He doesn't want us to go 1 second without feeling cared about, because his thoughts are on each one of us every second of every day. So his tears flowed quickly but gently down his cheek as he saw his creation, you, dancing without a care of the world touching your shoulders. And he hoped that when the cares of this world would touch your shoulders, that you would run to him, your daddy, and let him take care of the cares. He then rejoiced in your life, knowing that he gave you everything you needed to succeed, and he hoped that you would listen to his quiet voice in this guessing game that we call life. And as you danced to praise him, that day he created your heart, soul, mind, and body. He said, I love you, child. You are going to do great things. Life is a dance, and God's love is the music.